going back to my comment about why I'm so optimistic is there's a lot of change going on right now, particularly here in Vancouver. And I think it's the same thing that happened to the music industry and the video industry not too long ago. It's just had to happen to the games sector, and change brings great opportunity for guys who are starting up like ourselves, and probably maybe some people in this room here as well. So,
Jason's been quiet down there. We're going to shine the spotlight on him as a founding member of Blue Castle. I mean, you obviously had an idea about where the business was going to go in 1997, and now did we arrive at your intended destination?
I think in 1997 I wasn't trying to predict where the industry was going to go at all. I just wanted a job. I just wanted to be in the industry making cool games. In 2005, when we founded Blue Castle, what we really wanted as a group of guys was to make the kind of games that we'd always wanted to play. So I made a joke off the top of sort of baseball and even more baseball, but that really was my career for almost the first 10. Well, it was for the first 10 years, because the first 2 years of Blue Castle was the bigs. But no, I never really looked forward in terms of what is the industry going to be and how is it going to change. It was more of how do I get in and do what's happening right now, because I liked what was happening right now. And right now in the industry, I see a lot of the big blockbuster titles. This is going to be a huge year for blockbuster titles, and it's cool to actually be in the position where we're going to be one of those, hopefully. So I'm kind of grooving on the present.
So my friend sitting next to me, Dave Bowring.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what about you as you know, as part of the team working on Saints Row 2? You're working on, I mean, how big is that team? And
well, I mean, as compared to, I mean, social gaming, the teams are much smaller. I mean, for Saints Row 2, I mean, we hit almost 100 when we're going strong at the end. But I mean, if you look at a game like Saints Row 2, like, it was really conceived and brought about during, like, kind of the heyday before the fall, right? We had a huge amount of features, huge amount of scope. We were really trying to be all things to all people, but as you know, the industry is hit on hard times, you know, everybody has to kind of refocus and figure out what their core competencies are. And I think in the future of the big console games, you're going to see shorter, focused, more polished games coming out, because competition for the consumer's dollar is going to be more fierce, right? And like what our kind of mantra right now is deep, not wide. And
deep, not wide.
Yeah, deep, not wide. Providing more focused, more polished experience for the player. So, and just trying to figure out also, like, some of these guys are working on social gaming, and that's like the big way that people are capturing the casual game market, is trying to integrate some of these ideas that are being brought about in social gaming and integrate those into our big games, and try to figure out ways to bring new players in, try to figure out how to cross-pollinate between you know, Facebook and all these other social gaming sites and our big games. So.
Yeah, gentleman in the back there, sir.
Sure, I'll start.
Yeah.
And forgive me, I was trying to think of a short way of asking this question. Forgive me if I screw it up. I wear two hats. I work professionally in gaming, but also in television. And I'm interested in what, particularly the
Poor
guys
you.
making... Pardon me?
Yeah, poor you.
Yeah, it's terrible. The guys working on the smaller games that are where you could make something more responsive to TV and to something episodic and serialized, I see a huge future there, simply because I know that there's money for making games there. And I'm wondering if you guys have thought about that at all, or if you're digging into that.
Trent and Ted, I assume you guys got this?
I think that one's we're actually doing that right now. There's a production company called Reese who's done a web series on YouTube. And they started it sort of in the same way, creating TV or TV sort of content without the help of a distributor. We were going without a publisher, and we partnered up, and it's working out quite well. We would like to do more interactive content where they're creating content not just with them, but with other companies like them, creating content that goes in line with gaming, a gaming experience as well, so that if the two were connected, that something that happens in a game could actually have an effect on the show, and something in the show could have an effect in the game. That's sort of the holy grail for us, so that's what we're working towards.
Make it quick, Jay.
Yes, yes. There's a very cool service, the Sky Player. It's only in Europe, unfortunately, but you actually watch TV through your Xbox. When you're looking at your TV guide, you can actually see what your friends are watching. And when you go in to watch the show, you can be watching the show together, talking to each other, see your little avatars standing on the screen as you're all watching the TV program together. And when the commercial comes on, people flip off and play a game for a bit and then go back to the TV. And instead of you sitting in your living room by yourself, you're actually socially watching it. And that's coming through the platform. You can very easily see games starting to happen, quizzes coming out, and the same TV show just having interaction happening around it and beside it and in between the moments.
Okay, future of gaming. Gentleman here in the front. Yes, sir.
Yes. In terms of blockbuster games, you know, today to develop one game like that, like Mass Effect, you're talking about like $millions to do that. In 5 years, 10 years, it's gonna be even more next generation, more graphics, more cinematics. The technology is gonna evolve, and basically, it's more money to invest in a game. Like I've heard, God of War 3, it's $44 million to make this kind of a game. What do you think in terms of consumers? You know, like what is it gonna make for them to consider to buy the games? It's gonna be like you're gonna pay $100, $150 for a game.
Oh, we've been paying $60 for a game since the 90s, right?
Yeah, their prices are kind of set. But what's interesting is it's actually easier. So even though we dream bigger and games get bigger, it's easier to make the content for those games. And if there's enough audience, and the audience continues to grow all the time, if there's a big enough audience out there, the money will be spent. If the idea is there, the money will be spent. The amount of money that was spent on Avatars as a movie is insane. Dreaming of it for 15 years seems insane, but it clearly paid off. So yeah, there'll be big games around as long as they sell.